Hi everybody, Tammy here, welcome. I'm in the Dolly studio today playing with my Middie dolls. This gal's just hanging around though. I did recently purchase a hair care kit for dolls and I am going to use the shampoo at some point and wash this chick's hair. Look how dry it is on the end. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because that's an upcoming video I plan to do. But right now, I am taking apart some Middie dolls. Now I'm looking for my glasses. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Found my glasses. So I have these fakey dolls. These are not real Middie dolls. I did a video recently. They're like clones, I would say, because they're actually very different. They have a very different face mold than the traditional style Middie dolls from Takara and now Good Smile Company. So you can see their face plates are very, very different. The bodies are totally different. And anyway, I bought some bods from AliExpress that I'm hoping to use, but something interesting. All right, so here is this chicks. I got two of these clone type dolls. The coloring is not the best. I did not do great on the coloring. This is kind of a pinkish, and this is more of a, I wouldn't say white, but it's much lighter. But oh well. What are you gonna do? I still going to use them. But when I took this doll apart, here's her bod, and you can see she has this rounded bit on the top of her neck. But along with being round like that, she also had this weird doohickey thing around the neck thing, like this. Okay, and then there's a little piece, little plastic piece that goes on, I think it goes on here, I believe. It goes on here somehow. And this goes inside here in the head. So the thing is though, this by itself is way too small. When I put the back plate on, this just swims around. It's just, in fact, it comes out. Okay, so I realized this little thingy doobie here on the top of the knobby round thing. I'm using highly technical terms here. If anybody knows what the name of these things are, let me know. I'm going to have to get this on here and use it. And I'm struggling a little bit. I don't have the best hand strength. Yep. And while I was able to get it back on here, I think this knobby thing I think it's a little bigger. So I'm trying to get this put back together on this thing and put this in here. So that's where I'm at. I'll come back in a minute and tell you my progress. All right, so it took a little doing, and I had to open up. Luckily, I had the second doll because I was having a hard time getting that little ball thing on the little ball cover thing on the ball. And then once I got it on there, I had a hard time getting it inside the doll head. Well, because if you look here, okay, this is the second doll. I've opened up her head, and this is how you might want to take let me see how this is in here. It's sideways. I had it so that these pointy things were on either side, and I actually lost one of these little pointy cover things. But there's a little square thing here in the mouth area, and so this has to go inside there. I was trying to put it in like this, and I was like, it doesn't fit. It's got to go like that. So now I got this other doll on this doll body. I've got to put her screws in, and I'm having a hard time getting it all closed up. I'll mess around with it a little bit more. But, yeah, I'm kind of bummed about the color. I think I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember if there was another color or not, but you can really see a difference in her face and her body. She can still move side to side. She does not have any tilting like the real deal. She has a tilt. She can tilt front and back and side, and of course look side to side. These clones There's no, they cannot tilt their head even with this different body. And, but I do like that this is a much sturdier, body. Yeah, let me close that back down. So yeah, so, all right, so let me, again, off camera, I'll finish up. I've got to try to close this up a little bit more. Maybe when I put the screws back in, there's 2 screws here in the back that I took apart. Oh, and let me see if her eyeballs are working still. That was kind of, yeah, okay, good. Her eyes still go back and forth. All right, that's pretty decent. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to put screws back in her, try to switch her out with this other bod that I've got, and I'll be right back and show you what they look like in their new bods. All right, so I got the screws back in. Still doesn't really totally close. See, it's the little crack there. All right, and she really has no neck now. She's got no neck. Let's see. Again, here's the real deal. She's got a neck. She doesn't have a neck anymore. These other, here's the doll. I haven't, let's see, let me put her back. If you look there with the other body, she does have a bit of a neck. So, this chick doesn't have much of a neck now. That bums me out. But, you know, I mean, this is still interesting to do. I'm having a good time playing around with the dolls. It does give me pause about continuing with the fake dolls, even with the different bodies. It just even more makes me like this gal better. Sorry, girls. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's very odd. I don't know. If you have any suggestions in the comments, I mean, has anybody done this where you switch the bodies out of these fakey middies and, you know, successfully? Let me know in the comments below. You can see I've got, there's just not a lot of room. You know, I don't know, can you see there? There's not a lot of room in there. Once you get that in, she doesn't have much of a neck. I mean, she got a little bit. It's not quite the same thing. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? I think I am going to go ahead, since I have her apart, switch her out. But I will keep the bods just in case I want to switch it back. It wasn't completely impossible to do. It's just that this little doohickey here, putting this back together again was challenging. It barely fits on this other body. And like I said, I lost one of these little plastic covers. So these are really important because, here, I'll show you. When you take it apart and then you put it back together again, you know, you have to have those little outside pieces. So, because there's nothing else really holding this together. There's little pegs there. It snaps together. But if you don't have these to put back on here, these can just come apart. And even that's kind of hard to, there we go. Okay, that's a little better, I think. Come on. Oh, there we go. Woo! So yeah, this is tricky stuff. Okay, let me know what you think in the comments down below. As usual, please give this a thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out in the dolly room with me today. Have a wonderful dolly day. Bye-bye. All right, I'm popping in here again. I thought I was going to put this girl on a new bod too, but wow. I'm telling you, getting this doohickey around this is just unbelievable. Let me get one of these older bodies. So definitely these doohickeys are made, yeah, see, it fits fine on this jointed body. It does not fit fine on this body. It is too small. You cannot close them up. I barely managed to get, this one is not totally closed up, but I managed to get it still inside her head. But this one, I cannot even fake it. And then when I get the bod in there and I try to put the back plate back on, lining up this little, this is the little wheel that moves the eyes back and forth, getting this to line up and get inside this little slot. I'm going to keep at it, but I just thought I'd pop in here real quick. This is not easy. I have been warned about middies before as far as taking them apart. that they're not as easy to do as the Neo size. And yeah, I don't know if this girl is like that inside, but I could understand, like, you'd have to, this has to be lined up correctly. I'm not sure what's inside her head. I am not going to take her apart, that is for sure. But wowee, these guys are not easy. Can get really frustrating. So I'm probably going to take a little break and come back at it again. And if I can't get this all to line up, I'll just put it back on this other body. But yeah, just thought I'd put that out there in case you're thinking of doing the same thing. Not that it couldn't work for you, but I'm definitely struggling.